Good evening, everybody. How's it going? My name is John Crispala, and I will be your host for tonight. I just want to welcome each and one of you guys. For those of you guys out in Singapore, welcome. Those out in the Philippines, magandang gabi, welcome. And we're gonna go ahead and kick things off. And first, I want to start off with the introductory video. So let's not waste another minute because it's going to be an exciting evening. And so let's go ahead and get started.
Today, over 80% of all internet bandwidth is used for video streaming. As technology advances, demand for video services increases exponentially, and current infrastructures struggle to cope. The result is a poor streaming quality and slow loading times for frustrated consumers. At PandoSoft, we are disrupting the whole streaming technology paradigm in order to deliver better streaming to consumers. We are creating a completely decentralized streaming platform to spread the load and greatly improve the quality. So whether you are a broadcaster looking to connect with your audience, a developer, or just a user looking for an easy and secure way to share, you'll be much happier with the result. Pando is the name of a giant network of trees that all form one giant plant. Each individual tree is a Ramet in the network. In the PandoSoft project, we are gathering individual Rametrons to participate in a network structure to make one giant platform. That's where you come in. In order to create the massive decentralized platform, we need a lot of individual machines to each take a little bit of the load. Similar to the way that Uber uses independent drivers who each choose when they want to come on and off the available driver network, PandoSoft allows individuals with computers to put their machines on and off the platform and get paid for giving bandwidth. Almost everyone has a computer with extra bandwidth to spare, especially when the machine isn't being used. Why not use it to make some money? Here's how it works. When you're watching videos or when you are sleeping, you can set your machine to be a Rametron, and we'll tap its extra bandwidth to stream videos for local viewers. Don't worry, your computer data will not be accessed or compromised. Our platform can only access the bandwidth. When a bit of bandwidth is available to the system from a lot of computers, streaming viewers will enjoy greatly improved quality and loading time. The more your Rametron gives up bandwidth, the more you earn. You are in control. You'll be paid in tokens, which can be exchanged for cash, or used to send donations to your favorite streamers, unlock premiere content, or buy and gift virtual items. With Rametron, all you do is stream, relax, and earn. So join the Rametron community today. Visit pandosoft.com today to get started.
You know, it's this movement is so amazing, and it's just been such a thrill for me to be part of it. And you know, we've got a great agenda for tonight. And so the first person that I would like to bring up is actually who I deem as a good friend of mine now. We've had the great opportunity to work along side by side, and we've been going through this journey now, running like crazy for the last several weeks. And so it's been such a great honor and also a great privilege to actually bring him up for the first portion. So if you guys could please help me welcome Mr. Boss Edward Ung.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hey, hey.
Hi, Boss John. How are you? Great to
Doing
see you
good, thank
again.
you. Take it away, sir.
Hmm. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Depend on your time zone. My name is Edward. I'm the International Business Development Director of PandoProject. So I'm honored to be here today with Boss John to introduce to you what is this Pando project, what we call a technology powered by community. So how do you join this Pando project? It's actually very, very simple. All right. So all you need to do is you have a computer at home and you have a Wi-Fi. These two items. All right. So what you do is that what we are trying to do here, we are giving back privacy and all profits back to all our people today, just by having these two items, computer and Wi-Fi. So let me tell you a little bit about PandoSoft. So the inspiration come from this Pando tree. If you Google it today, all right, you Google Pando plant. It's actually a group of aspen tree in Utah, in US, that actually all of them are connected by a network of roots to form a single organism. And amazingly, this stretch across more than 100 acres. All right. So regardless, you are just a baby tree or you're a big tree, how far away you are, all these plants are interconnected together. All right. It's like a massive forest, and is what we like here. What we are saying is a big connected root system with thousands of tree nodes, what we call ramets. And so, just like our Pando network today, all our massive global infrastructures, all our platforms are made up with a million decentralized computer and what we call a Rametron. So regardless where you are, you might be in Singapore, you might be in US, you might be in India or Europe. Regardless how far or how near you are, we are all interconnected together in this Pando network. So the most amazing thing is your computer can generate profits by just setting up as Rametron. And all you need to do is to have your access, processing, and bandwidth, and you get paid for it. Okay. So how does this actually work? Okay, first of all, of course, content creator upload to a platform. Okay, and through this, we are using a Rametron as a relay to send uh, the video to viewers. So by doing this way, we will control less lag and less buffering. Okay, I would like to give an example here. Most of the system nowadays, you talk about website, you talk about software apps, most of it are using CDN, centralized delivery network. Okay, I would like to give example is akin like almost like you imagine we have a bridge, okay, a beautiful bridge that stretch from one point to another, and this bridge is really really well built, have 5 lanes. All right, under normal circumstances it all go through well, but imagine this, suddenly we have 100,000 cars coming at the same time going to the same direction. What will happen? Traffic jam, right? We have lag. So what we are trying to do today, instead of having the one big infrastructure build, we have 1 million small little bridges we call Rametrons. And when there's 100,000 cars coming in, each of the cars have their own, own bridge to go through. So by doing this, we solve lag and we solve buffering. So let's talk about Rametron software. Okay, I want to give you an example. Right now, I have my laptop in front of me. I have my Rametron running actually, and it doesn't affect anything because our Rametron, it just use a little bit of your computer processing power and the internet bandwidth. Okay, when we talk about internet bandwidth, I think most of us, we have Wi-Fi at home or in the office, and like it or not, we have to pay for it. Let's say you pay for 80 US dollars, every month for your Wi-Fi package, and whether you use it for an hour, use it for 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours, you still have to pay for it anyway. So what Rametron does is that without is free to download. It resides in your laptop or PC. It's lightweight, all right. It's efficient, smart, secure, and it will detect when you're not using it. Then it will use a little bit of your power and the excess bandwidth that you're not using. So this is something amazing that has been built in this software. All right. So you can also stake more than one Rametron in a computer, and importantly, it does not access any of your files and data. You only touch, as I mentioned, you only touch the access bandwidth. So it will also not interrupt any of your daily tasks or slow down your computer. All right. So while you're using it as normal, you have your Zoom, you have your meetings, you have your Skype, or you're doing you're watching some videos and all that. It doesn't affect anything. It will only come in when you're not using it. So the Rametron requirements is very simple. In fact, if you look at this, you'll be amazed. It's just like most of the computer that you bought over the last 2-3 years. The CPU requirement is only 2 core. The RAM is 4 to 8 gig, storage 100 gig SSD or equivalent. Or the OS, we can have Windows, Mac OS, uh, Linux, and so on. But there are some of our community member that ask, if I do not want to use my own computer, or even at certain instances, they say, I don't have a computer at home. Can I use a server? Yes, you can use a server to host your Rametron as well. So the requirement for server is 4 core for CPU, 8 to 16 gig for RAM, storage at 100 gig as well. The OS we're using is Ubuntu V18. So this is absolutely a limited offer only because we are only setting up 1 million Rametron worldwide, globally. All right. Right now, we just launched on the 15th of November last year, and we already have about 160,000 Rametron being taken up already. All right. So as we speak, more and more Rametron has been taken up. We will stop at 1 million nodes. So take this opportunity and join us. So what will generate the activities for this Rametron? Because as I mentioned just now, the Rametron need to do the work, correct? They need to relay the video, upload the video or download the video from users or content creator. So what will generate the activities? Let's find out. All right. Boss John, do you want to touch this? Oh, never mind. Let me go on with this first. All right. This we have created a future of streaming. So your Rametron, what it does that it's powering an entire ecosystem that includes an array of world-class decentralized application. We call it dApps. All right. We have 5 lining up today for you. Let's touch on a little bit of it. So one of the application that we're going to introduce this year is Vixel. All right, it is a one of a kind. It's a decentralized sharing platform for entertainment, live concert, ticketing, messaging, and so on. We have a feature of VR integrated into this application where you can watch a live concert. We have ticketing, NFT ticketing that is going to be built in. We have wallets built in there. You can send tokens to each other. All right. And we have a secure messaging apps that you can chat with your friends. So we have live show, we have chats, wallet, and so on and so forth. Next, we have also TutorX. Okay, this is one of the much awaited application that we are going to launch this year as well. All right. As you all know, well, with the pandemic going on nowadays, a lot of the schools, colleges, universities, all runs online. Like they use example like Zoom and so on and so forth to teach, and that is not, well, we really appreciate what we're having right now, but it is not enough. So what we are creating today, TutorX, is something unique where it's tailor-made for, regardless it's school, regardless it's training, you can teach anything. You can teach cooking, you can teach karate online, you can teach university classes, all on this platform. All right, it is seriously one of a kind of the features that we combine a lot of what is much needed for online tutoring, so that you can feel that you are in the school itself. You can interact with your teacher, you can interact with your friends, you can easily download all the documentations you want. For the teacher point of view, for the tutor point of view, they can easily, like divide the classes, they can have examination, they can have board, they can have multi-angle camera, and so on and so forth. And that is for TutorX. So we also have, this is for next year, coming soon, we have Show Us and Pando Go. So Show Us is more like, we like to call it more like a video resume. All right, a video resume. Because, okay, nowadays, when we want to look for a job, we'll write pages after pages of resume talking about ourselves, and we send to the company. And for the company HR, they'll take some time going through hundreds and hundreds of resume, and in order for them to to call you for interview, for example. And a resume doesn't actually represent a real person. How it looks like, what's the passion, what's the skill. So what we have today for Show Us is that it is a short video recording where you can have your background, where you can actually show your skill. Okay, let me give a live example. Let's say you are a magician. All right, you can, within the next 30 seconds, you can do some magic tricks. You can talk jokes. You can do all kind of recording, which will be given to, let's turn it around. Let's say today I'm going to have let's say a birthday party of my kids, and I would like to hire magicians to perform. So I will scroll through Show Us on my neighborhood. I select magician, I scroll through, and I go through one by one, 30 second, 30 second, 30 second. Oh, this is what I want, because it's actually a show of the talent itself on the video. So this is part of it. Okay, going back to PandoGo, is our concentration are on local content creators, local actors, local producer, local directors. You see, not only in Southeast Asia, I would say all across the world, there are a lot of wonderful local talents, but because of it's not easy to go to big platform, to be a content creator there. So what we are doing today with PandoGo is that we will allow a lot of these local creators to just come in and share their documentaries, their short videos, their movies, and so on and so forth. And for the rest of us, it's easily for us to access through, let's say you want to look for some Filipino short movies, we can just scroll and you can watch it. And certain group project can also have the chance to go global and watched by other countries. So this is what PandoGo is all about. So the most exciting part is PandoJo. PandoJo is our first application that we are going to launch. All right, PandoJo is going to launch estimated by the end of this month. So PandoJo is what we call an interactive platform that serves anyone that would like to be a content creator. It can be a professional content creator, or it can be just no, I like to use the same example again. Okay, my daughter is going to have a birthday party, and I want to stream it across to the mother in or to the parents, to my grandparents in China. So what I do is that I can just, on a click of the button, I can just stream easily the whole birthday party, sing a song, play a game, and on and so on and so forth. So PandoJo is suitable for not only professionals. Of course, professionals will love it because they will get to keep a lot of their profits. But when regardless you're an old guy, not say old guy, I'm trying to say that regardless of you're a kid that you want to show something, or you like to just stream any event, you can just, at a click of the button, you can just stream. So this is something special that PandoJo can bring you. So we have next, please. Next, we would like to show you a video to talk about PandoJo.
This is kind of crazy.
Awesome, awesome. That's introduction on PandoJo video. So we'd like to get John to join us to share with us more about PandoJo.
Plus that word, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me see if I can get the screen back on. There you go. Awesome. All right, perfect. Cool. Well, hi everyone. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is John Crispala. And just to kind of give you a little bit about my background, I've been a financial strategist for the last almost 20 years, basically. And I'm also a real estate investor. And so when I was given the opportunity to take this major role for this project, I was so enlightened because of the fact that, you know, I actively trade crypto as well. And I've seen the ins and outs. I've seen many different projects succeed. I've seen plenty that fail. And so when I had stumbled into this particular project, I was so astounded because of the fact that many projects, they start out with zero utility. And the fact that PandoProject has been working behind the scenes since 2018, it is very unusual, right? Because many projects, in order for them to invest in their utility, they have to go out to the market. And they go out to the market so they can raise some funds. As soon as they get some funds collected, then they go out and make an investment into the utility so that they can fulfill the promise that they had on their white paper, right? Well, PandoProject had taken a different approach. They already have all the resources. And so what I'm trying to say is a lot of projects would love to be in our position. And it's just such a great honor for me to be a part of this great movement. And so, you know, Boss Edward, thank you again for bringing me up. And so what we've talked about so far is nothing but utilities. Okay, we talked about our technology, which is the Rametron. The Rametron is the foundation that powers up our platform. And then within our platform is the array of decentralized applications that are getting ready to launch, and we've got 5 of them. And as a matter of fact, we probably have a lot more. And so the one that is getting ready to release within a very short period of time is PandoJo, and you just saw the video on that. And it's such an awesome application because of the fact that anybody can go live, and you can do that with just a click of a button. You know, most content creators, what they do is they have to get a third-party application in order for them to go live stream. Well, what we have done is we've built that into the application. And so for anybody that wants to broadcast and do some live streaming, click the button and there you go, right? You don't have to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars on, you know, purchasing a third-party application just to do that. You can just simply download the app and there you go, right? You can keep most of your profits. Most content creators, what happens is when they begin to monetize, they engage in contract. And, you know, we're basically talking about anywhere from 30 to 50% that they carve out of what you normally would generate. Well, in our platform with PandoJo, you can keep most of your profits. I'm not trying to say that you should ditch YouTube, but think of it from a perspective of having an additional outlet for you to generate more because you're already producing the content. So why not upload the exact same content into another platform where you can garner more subscribers and more viewers, but on this outlet, you can keep a lot more of your profits, okay? You know, now, instead of having one workhorse working for you, now you have 2 workhorses working for you. And the fact that we also have 12 revenue models that you can actually capitalize on. And that's a lot, right? We're talking about anywhere from merchandises, in-house purchases. You've got predictions, badges, marketplaces, sponsorships, tournaments. We're going to be sponsoring esports tournament here very shortly. And so that is something to look forward to. Advertisement, of course, VIP status, donations, subscriptions, gifts, and lots more. All right. And this is just within one application. And so think about the next 4 that we launch. So that in itself would have possibly an additional 12 more revenue models on top of the existing one right now. And so that's something to be mindful of, right? And then, of course, the seamless streaming, with our Rametron technology, any content creators and viewers, they can enjoy seamless streaming because that's exactly what we're here to deliver is quality stream. Another feature that we also have is lights, camera angles. You have multi-angle cameras. And, one of the most popular thing that's beginning to happen, especially in the United States, a lot of the content creators, right? They're a community, and what's happening right now is they're beginning to band together. So meaning, right, this set of influencer has their own followers, right? And so this set of other influencers, they also have followers. So what's the trend right now? They get together in each other's lives, right? And they match their community together. And so that brings a lot more entertainment. And for both influencers, they get the benefit both because of the fact that they're gaining more viewers and more subscribers on their channel, and it becomes one big melting pot, right? And you can do exactly the same with our multi-angle cameras, because not only you can have a stream where you have a camera in 4 different directions, you can also share those 4 streaming IDs with 4 of your content creator buddies. And so you can literally go live stream with up to 4 of your buddies on your show. All right. And that's all built in within the app. And of course, advertising space, right? And, we're a business, and we're here to generate profit for everybody. And, talking about from the foundation to the platform, and then for you, the content creator, bringing in your subscribers and more viewers, and eventually we'll follow along the advertisements, right? The sponsorships, people advertising on your shows. And so, you can benefit from that because you yourself will be a Rametron node holder. And so you get to participate in many different profit revenue models from your content and also from the advertisement. And you know what? One of the things that most people do when advertisement comes on YouTube, and what's the first thing you do, right? You wait for that skip like button to come on, and then you get rid of that ad. Well, how would you like this concept, right? We're gonna pay you to watch the advertisement that we're gonna place in there, right? So how would you like to get paid just to watch ads? Think about that for a concept. And then, of course, we have merchandise paradise, right? And eventually there comes a point in time where a content creator would want to start beginning to sell their products, right? Whether if it's hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, shoes, whatever that may be, right? So you actually have your own store, and you can sell your merchandises. And of course, everything will be powered by our native token, which is filled with a bunch of utilities, and we keep it within the ecosystem, and which is the PTX, right? So you would be purchasing all these merchandises within our native token. And so everything is powered by our token. And whether if you're an advertiser that's looking to place an ad, you can't just pay cash and like, here's our ad, and here's some money, go do your thing, right? The agency alone would have to purchase PTX, and then if they want to place an ad, they would have to make a payment with our native token in order for them to do that. All right. Users can buy gifts and badges for themselves, or even just send them to another user. You can also do donations, and as I mentioned earlier, tournaments. We're gonna have esports tournaments sometime this year, and so for participants that actually wants to engage in that, for them to register, they have to utilize PTX. And then eventually, if whoever wins the tournament, they're going to win their prizes, and most likely in the form of PTX, right? And so we try to utilize our token as much as we can. And that's what makes us stand out from everybody else, because, our PTX is heavily utilized, right? From the advertisements, from any forms of transactions, from all of our Pando decentralized apps. We even have controlled circulation and controlled supply. And so what I mean by that is if you're a big whale out there in the space and that are just looking for different opportunities, you can't just come in and buy the entire supply of PTX just to pump the price up. And then as soon as it goes up, you would dump it down and that would just tank the price, right? And so we have created so much utilization within our ecosystem. All right. In order for you to activate your Rametron, you got to stake that in. And then that's how you're able to mint your tokens. And so, and then plus with all the utilities involved, paying somebody for services and this and that. And so we try to keep everything from, within the platform. So therefore it keeps it out of circulation. And what that will do basically is it will increase the demand, pushing the price of the token a lot higher. And so we want to be able to develop the extreme high demand for the utilization for our token, which would make it volatility resistant, right? And so that's what we are striving for. We have easy adoption, utility, and of course, the scalability of things, right? We kind of share with you guys where we're at, and we're painting the picture on where we're going. And so the scalability vision is you can definitely see in the direction of where it's going to go and the potential, how much more potential it would have as we continue to progress. All right. And by the way, we don't use proof of work. We're through proof of stake. And so it's just a lot more friendlier for the environment. And of course, everybody wants to go green, right? And I even forgot to mention, right, we have a ever-growing use case. We didn't even talk about the NFT marketplace that we're also developing. So that's another hint for you there too, down the line. We're also building more applications and then more decentralized apps. And we can even host other projects for those that wants to come in into our blockchain. We can host them and develop their project within our platform so that we can solve their lag issues for their users down the line. Okay, so we try to make everything as easy as possible as far as transitioning into the future. And I can clearly remember 10, 15 years ago, right? We have Web 2.0. We were talking about the beginning of Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social media. That's Web 2.0, right? And so now we're in the next frontier, Web 3.0. We're talking about the metaverse, and with all this high tech, it consumes so much data, and of course the utilization of crypto, right? It's already going through mass adoption. And so it's just in due time that everybody will be utilizing it. Businesses, I mean, it's already starting to happen. Whether you like it or not, you're going to be part of it. The government's getting involved in it. And so you are in the forefront right now of this massive movement. And so just think of it 10, 15 years ago, if you would have invested in Facebook, right, bought a couple of stocks, you would have been, wealthy by now, right? Well, you now have that same exact opportunity where you're at the very forefront. We've got the technology in place. Whether if you're a content creator, a gamer, live streamer, or even a user, right? Anybody can capitalize on this opportunity. And so don't take that for granted. And it's moving pretty quick. And so our Pando dApps is the way we're taking things into approach is quite uniquely different, right? Because anybody can develop an application. And it's not that difficult. And they can produce a high quality one too. But where most developers fail is after they launch their app, then they start to market. And the marketing aspect of things is where the failure is for most of these app developers, because they just simply don't know how to market. Well, with us, the way we did things is, like I said, we've been working silently in the background since 2018. But at the same time, while we were making our development, we have also been garnering a community. And so we have a community built up, a sizable one, right? With Boss Edward had already mentioned that we had already taken up about 160,000 to 170,000 of Rametrons, right? And so think of it like this, right? We've got our applications that is going to be launching on the Google Play Store and also the App Store. All right, walk with me here for a second. So if we've got, let's just say hypothetically, like 20 to 50,000 people, right? And then we've got this application, this lineup of applications that we're going to launch on the App Store. what do you think is going to happen the moment that they flip the switch on, right? And then everybody starts to download, right? 50,000 of those people or 100,000 of those people, they begin to download all within that same hour. What does that do? That immediately puts them into trending status, right? And so with all the other app users that don't have any clue what the heck Panda Joe is, we're like, oh, what the heck is this? 150,000 downloads immediately? So that kind of it generates more curiosity. And so it makes them wonder, right? So they read about it and then most likely they end up downloading it, right? So that's just like one of a unique approach in terms of perspective on things. And also, it's also a good marketing tactic if you really think about it that way. All right. So we've talked about all this streaming and I mean, yeah, the technology is great. It's amazing. I think it's awesome. But now let's get into the meat and potatoes because everybody wants to make money, right? So the question is, how in the world can you accomplish generating profits in the form of passive income? Well, let's dive into it. So there are 3 different ways, right? Well, I guess I'm jumping the gun over here. The first thing they need to do first and foremost is, number 1, you got to download your Rametron, right? And you can go through PandoProject.org and you can download the application there, and it's free. And then the next thing is you need to create your Pando wallet. By the way, we have a working live wallet, and which is another utility, right? Most people take that for granted too, because most projects, they have to come out, and the biggest thing that they can get excited about is launching a wallet. But there's projects out there that's taking them 6 months delays just for launching that wallet, right? And so we've got a working wallet. Just want to point that out. And then of course, to activate your Rametron, you got to buy the PTX, right? Because that's how you activate it in the form of staking. So how do you get the PTX? Well, we're currently on the LBank exchange, and that's where you are able to grab your PTX. So you could simply create your account over there. And for those of you guys that are already on Binance, it's quite simple, right? You would just convert whatever token you have into USDT, and then you can just shoot it straight to LBank. I mean, it's as simple as that. But if you're starting straight out from LBank, this is how you would do it. You would create an account, and then you would buy a PTX. You would first buy into USDT, and then from USDT, you would make the acquisition of PTX. But I just want to point out that when you're in the process of purchasing it, make sure that you purchase it on a limit purchase, a limit buy, right? So basically what that is you can pretty much name your price. I mean, you don't go way too extreme overboard as far as what you're trying to purchase it for. You would basically go like in between the motion of where it's going, right? Because you want to be able to capture it. I mean, if it's like swinging back and forth right now at 20 cents per se, you can't say that you're going to pick it up at 9 cents. I mean, it's unrealistic, right? So you may have to go in between, either like 18, 19, and then or above, depending on how much you're willing to pay for it. And then after you make the acquisition, when you buy your PTX, then you would shoot it straight to your Pando wallet. And then from your Pando wallet, that's how you would activate your Rametron, through staking it. Okay. And we got video tutorials on how to do that, but I'm just kind of paving the way just to give you an understanding of how that would work. Right. So when you get things in motion, we'll definitely give you some assistance along the way. Okay. When you stake your, when you activate your Rametron, you have to click the Rametron, of course, which is right here. And then when you hit continue, and then you can activate, and you're right on your way. So to activate your Rametron, that's 250 PTX. And 250 PTX, basically right now, that's roughly about, I would probably say, $30, $40 USD, right? So you don't have to be an elite to invest in this project in order for you to own a Rametron. I was reading a post the other day, people talking about buying real estate with the PTX or with the crypto. I mean, yeah, that's something that's evolving right now, more utilization for crypto, right? But I was responding to the fact that, hey, have you ever thought about digital real estate? We're over here in the digital space, and These Rametron nodes, these are digital properties. You actually own the node, right? And this node can generate passive income for you. And it only freaking costs you $40. Come on, get out of here. $40. And then you can generate passive income. All right. So how does that work? Rametron node, there's two different ways on how you can earn, right? Let's talk about Rametron node earning. So right now, the PTX, that's basically the lifeblood of the ecosystem, right? And it's the heartbeat of it, basically. And so right now, it's averaging at about 15 cents. So 15 cents, you need 250 PTX. That's roughly about 38 USD currently. Okay, and so the first way you can generate income is through proof of stake. And the way this works is every Sunday midnight UTC time, as long as you have a simulated score of 100%, you are, that's basically 40 hours on the network. You're ready for this, okay? You're going to earn 100% APY. So how do I break that down? That basically breaks down into 10% per month and 2.5% payout every single week, okay? And so in this example, I'm going to paint this picture right here for you, just simple basic math, right? And I'm just going to use the assumption of the value of the PTX at 20 cents. So bear with me on this. So at 20 cents, 250 PTX, that's 56 USD. And so you go on the network for 40 hours with one Rametron. At the end of the week, you're going to earn 2.5% because the payout is every single week, right? How amazing is that? You get paid every single week just for flipping on the switch. So at 6.25 PTX is what you're going to generate. And based on the value of the PTX at 20 cents, that's about 1.25 USD. And so you do that for the rest of the month, you're going to generate 25 PTX. In 6 months, that's about 150 PTX. And then at the whole 12-month cycle, that's 300 PTX that you're going to earn and generate. So that basically accomplishes 100% APY. You're not even going to find that at the bank these days, right? I mean, where the heck are you going to find 100% return on your money? And so this example, like I said, this is just based on no price movement from 20 cents, right? And so what if it goes up, right? Then of course the return will be a lot, astronomical, but it can also potentially go down. And so that's just what one Rametron, right? Just to kind of show you how affordable this thing is. But if we take it to the next step, to a higher level for those like, oh, wow, what if I invest some more? Can I do more? Absolutely, right? And so I'm gonna give you an example to where, somebody invests 50,000 USD. So that gives you about 892 Rametron units. And so, in a 12-month cycle, you do exactly the same thing. That's roughly about 53,000 USD. So again, that's 100% return, potentially. And then if you invest $100,000, that's roughly about 107,000 that you're going to earn in return. And so this is what I call simple staking. There's two different methods, right? Number one is simple staking. The second one I want to introduce to you, this is what I call compound staking. And the way this works is if we use the exact same example of 250 PTX at 56 USD per Rametron, you go on the network for 40 hours, that's about the same thing, 6.25 PTX that you're going to generate, okay? But what's going to happen is, although from the first method, you can utilize that as your as a form of income, you can take that to the exchange and cash it out, or you can exchange it for a different token. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it. For the smarter investor, smarter investors, they think long term, right? And so what they want to do is they want to make their money work for them. And so you would have that same option over here. So instead of taking this and cashing it out, what you would do is you would end up restaking it, right? And so when you start week number 2, instead of starting out with 250 tokens, you're going to begin with 256.25. You get on the network for another 40 hours, and then at the end of the week, you are now going to earn 6.4 PTX instead of 6.25. And so if you do that for the rest of the year, right? From 300 tokens from the first example from Simple Stake, that's going to jump up to 903 tokens. And so based on 20 cents example, the valuation of the PTX, that's going to be $180. So you initially invested $50 approximately. So you basically, you triple your money. That's 300% return, right? Where are you going to find that? Right? We take the exact same example with $50,000 USD invested. That's going to multiply to 161,000. $100,000 investment. That's roughly about 1,700 Rametron units. That's going to yield you about 322,000. And so I think you guys get the point, right? It's all about compound interest. That's the working wonders of Albert Einstein, right? Rule of 62. And so proof of network, basically what that tells you is you just get on a network for 40 hours. As long as you do that and you meet that expectation, and you have nothing to worry about, okay? Proof of engagement. This is where it really gets exciting. And so proof of engagement is when your Rametron node actually performs work. And the work that it performs is delivering data. So imagine if your next door neighbor was actually watching a movie and it just happens to be your Rametron node that's closest nearby that's delivering the work. Well, you're going to earn 0.1875 PTX per 60 seconds, right? For every minute that you're delivering that video, that stream. And so if your neighbor was streaming for 5 hours per day at 20 cents valuation, that's 33 USD, okay? If your neighbor was watching the Game of Thrones the whole entire season and they're just binging it, day after day for the whole entire 8 or 9 season, I think, that's 24 hours, right? So at 24 hours, at 20 cents, that's $162 per day. If you're going to go to the movies, right, it only costs you about roughly $15. But to work just for turning on the switch, right? Just turning on the switch, that's 162 potentially that you can earn. And so if you are a gamer and you're so into play to earn, think about this concept. Turn on to earn, right? You're already playing the games to earn because you're playing video games, but how about you add an additional component? You add the Rametron in there, flip the switch on, and then you get to make buco money off of this application, right? And so if you merge the two, I think that's a perfect marriage. And so something to chew on. All right. Let's take it to the next level. We've talked about passive income, and then now let's talk about the next thing. We have referral rewards. In order for us to succeed in our mission, we need to have a massive amount of Rametron units spread out equally. Because without the nodes, we can't deliver the stream, right? And that's why we want to reward you for spreading the word or just referring. And let me show you what that looks like. When you download your Rametron, right, you're gonna see your dashboard right over here on the left. You're gonna find my referral. And so you're going to generate a referral link. Okay. Once you generate your referral link, what you're going to do is you can send that to your friend or your family, and we're going to compensate you just for them setting up their Rametron, right? And this is how it works. I'm going to show you the numbers. Okay. You're going to get blown away. So me, by the way, just to kind of give you some background on it, me being in financial services, the average earnings is roughly anywhere between 3 to 7%, right, on people's investments. And so we're going to compensate you 10% of the amount that is being staked. And so if the example of one Rametron that is staked, that's 250 PTX, 10% of that, that's 25 PTX that goes straight into your Panda wallet. All right. If that is 10 Rametrons, which a lot of people easily do, that's 2,500 PTX, 10% of that, that's 250 PTX that goes straight into your Panda wallet as soon as they make the deposit on their stake. 100 Rametrons, that's 25,000 PTX, and you're going to earn 2,500 PTX, okay? Because that's 10% of that. And then some, I'm pretty sure you'll run into some people that sees the opportunity. And 1,000 Rametrons, that's 250,000 PTX. 10% of that is 25,000 PTX that goes straight to your Pando wallet. And so I will let you do the math in that and what that would equate to, but that goes above and beyond of the proof of engagement, the proof of stake, and it just keeps getting better and better, right? And so that's something that you can do for yourself if you want to just send out the links to a bunch of your friends, like, hey, this is an amazing opportunity, check it out and be a node holder. And so while you generate profits, we also meet we also accomplish our goal of being able to spread out our nodes so that when we release our applications, we can deliver nothing but quality all throughout. Okay. And so within our blockchain, we have sustainability. We have, proof of stake, which is healthy for the environment, and we're community powered, and we're always going to be rewarding our Rametron holders, right? Adoption, PandoProjects, with our ecosystem, consisting of the endless array of, decentralized apps and NFT marketplaces, and we always have an ever-growing community. For me right now, my role is to help expand in the Philippines, get the node set up over there. And so we're continuing to grow, right? Thailand's continuing to grow. Singapore's continuing to grow. The US is continuing. The whole world is continuing to grow right now with our Rametron nodes. And so it's just a matter of time till we hit our 1 million goal. And so, but we want you to be in the forefront of that. We want you to be the pioneer investor and to capitalize on the things that we have to offer to you. Interoperability, right? We solve lag worldwide. So therefore, anyone can place their application within our blockchain and they can solve lag, the lag issues for their users as well. And then utilization. Through our project, the PTX will be utilized, and I've showed you how we've showed you multiple ways on how we can utilize that. And so you understand the whole thing of what we're trying to portray here. And so what we're offering here is this. We've got such a high demand of what we're doing right now, and we just want to be able to expedite things a lot sooner than later. And so what we're doing right now is, out of all the great incentives that I just mentioned, we have another one that we would like to share with you. And so this incentive is truly a limited offer. I mean, we're literally talking about just 2 weeks, just short window of time that you have, 2 weeks. Okay. Are you guys ready for it? Here we go. And so what's going to happen within the next 2 weeks is we have this incentive, which is what we call global profit share, right? GPS. And basically what this is forward thinking. Okay. So follow me for a sec. When we get to the point to where we're generating, millions of dollars in advertisement, think of having a 10% allocation out of that revenue, right? And out of that 10%, that goes into a pool. And out of that pool, it will get distributed to all the Rametron node holders, right? 10%. And so you will have entitlement to that global profit sharing feature as long as, between now and the 14th, right? You get your Rametrons activated and you get them staked. And based on the amount staked, will determine the amount that will be rewarded to you in the form of global profit sharing. And so that goes above and beyond from the referrals, from the proof of engagement to the proof of stake. And so we just keep adding in more and more and more, right? But it's up to you to capitalize on it. And so I just want to encourage you, if you see the vision and the value of this thing and where this technology is going to go in the future, I would encourage you to go ahead and get your Rametron set up immediately and go to L Bank while the pricing is still at a very good discount right now. And so it's currently for sale. And so if you want to take advantage of that sale, now is the time, because that price is going to start moving in a different direction very, very soon. And so I just want to, Boss Edward, do you have anything else that you'd like to share?
Thank you so much, Boss John. That was awesome. So informative and exciting. In fact, I want to go to LVAC right now to buy all the tokens.
It's still open, guys. It's time to go.
Yeah. In fact, you are really, really correct about the GPS, the global profit sharing part. And I would like to stress on that. Like we say that we have missed out the chance, during the chance when Facebook was launched. When Tesla was launched, I wish I would have bought a share at the time. Now we have Rametrons, we have PandoProject, and we are just launching. And our project is meant to last for a long, long time. We have 5 applications for the next 2 years. We have many more. In fact, currently we are connected with more than 18 countries right now, and we have our country partners in most of the countries. And well, we have also other what I would like to call B2B, business to business, that we're going to work together. And they many of them will be putting their application on our platform as well. We'll be doing a lot of collaboration. So you are just starting. We are just starting, and this is the best opportunity for you to join us. And I'm really excited about the global profit sharing because, well, let me ask you, how many of these big companies, you know, when they grow into billions, and we just wish we are part of it. But right now, you can be part of us right now, because once you are eligible for global profit sharing, this will last forever. Okay, I repeat again, this will last forever. Meaning, well, maybe you look at us now, you say, oh, okay, it's still growing, all right. But over the next few years, let's say we our token price is $1, all right, or $2 or three or five, and we have five or more application coming in. I would say, a lot of the profits will maybe generate in tens of millions or hundreds of millions. You are part of it. You are part of it. That's the most exciting part for me. You know, I myself, well, of course, I work with the company, but I'm also part of the community. I hold Rametron as well. I'm part of it. So I'm really, really looking forward for more, more of you to join us, more utilization. I already have people talking to us about putting their products on our marketplace so that they can sell. And the exciting part is that once you put on a marketplace, it's not only one country that's looking at it, but 18 countries, because we already have 160,000 community with us. So that's the interesting part of it. And well, allow me to share one more thing is that when I look at most of the project nowadays, when you talk about crypto projects, you see, a lot of the tokens or coins are launched, and they most of the concept is waiting for it to bullshit or gamble on it. You buy, it may shoot up, it may go down. We are gambling on it. But today, what we are trying to do today is we have a whole full ecosystem where we have Ramatrons. Of course, we have another two nodes, Metatron and Zetatron. We have our nodes are creating the tokens. We have our exchanger, which is right now the first one is Lbank. We have a few more coming up. We are listed on CMC and CoinGecko already. If you can go and check, we are already there. So the best part of it is that we have our community already and it's growing. Plus, we have our application, the first one coming up this month. Then we have another few more coming. So all our application are using users PTX. So there comes the utilization within the ecosystem itself. So what we're trying to do is we want to create an organic growth. Okay, well, token price may come up and down a little bit here and there, but we want it to not suddenly moonshoot to few 100,000, that kind of thing, but we want it to grow organically together with the application, with the utilization, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, this is a little bit what I want to share. Boss John?
Oh, I pretty much said my piece, and I'm just, it's 3 a.m. It's 4 a.m. in the morning over here, and I've only slept for 1 hour, and I'm on fire, baby.
Awesome.
Go to Outback and get your BTX.
Thank you so much, man. So, well, we really hope that you can be part of us today. I mean, this is going to be a long-term project. And we are not here just to, we have started like Boss John just mentioned. We started since 2018. We laid out a foundation. We go through a lot of things, a lot of challenges, and we have our own Explorer. We have our, we have notes ready running. We have our live wallet. We have our first application coming. So we, we want you to be part of us. So join us now.
Awesome. All right. Should we take some questions or should we just end it here?
Maybe just a few.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to ask some questions, we got the chat open, and so you can just type your questions away, and we're happy to entertain. No, doesn't look like it.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, why don't we go ahead and end it here then?
Mm-hmm.
And so again, you guys, the window of opportunity right now, you have an advantage to capitalize on that and take advantage of the global profit sharing. I mean, it's not going to be around forever, and so if it's something that if you want that entitlement down the line and to take advantage of it, I mean, it's so much better to just get it out the way now. Just activate your Rametron and get your PTX while it's still at a good price for you to acquire, and maximize your node counts and take advantage of the proof of engagement. And so, and don't forget to tell your friends, refer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate your time.
Yes.
Thank you, Boss John. You're awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Boss Edward. And we shall see you guys tomorrow. Peace.